All right, so we're diving into passive income today, something I know a lot of you are really interested in. Unlocking that financial freedom. Having your money work for you, who wouldn't want that?
Yeah, it's a pretty appealing concept, right? And we've got a ton of your research to dig into to really uncover those strategies that can make it happen.
And we're talking a whole stack here. Books, articles, even some interviews you did with folks who've built successful passive income streams.
We're going to extract the gold, the actionable stuff that you can actually use.
Love that. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty, I think it's worth taking a step back and really understanding the appeal of passive income. Like, why is this such a hot topic?
Hmm, good point. I think a big part of it is this idea of breaking free from the traditional 9 to 5 grind.
Trading your time for money, that feeling of being stuck.
Right. Passive income offers this promise of creating systems that generate income even when you're not actively working. It's like planting a tree that bears fruit year after year, as the passive income playbook puts it.
Okay, I like that analogy.
Hmm.
But beyond just extra cash, what else makes passive income so attractive, especially for someone like you who thrives on learning and applying knowledge efficiently?
I think it's the freedom and flexibility it provides, that ability to pursue your passions, to design a lifestyle that aligns with your values. It's about creating options, having more control over your time and your income.
So it's not just about the money, it's about the lifestyle it enables.
Absolutely. And I think that's a big part of why it resonates with so many people. It's about achieving financial independence, but it's also about living a more fulfilling and meaningful life.
Okay, so now that we've established why passive income is so appealing, let's dive into some specific strategies. And your research covers a wide range, from investments to digital products to content creation.
Yeah, it's a pretty comprehensive overview, and there's no one-size-fits-all approach. The best strategy for you will depend on your skills, your interests, and your risk tolerance.
Right, it's about finding what works for you, what aligns with your unique strengths and passions. Now, let's start with investing, often seen as the classic passive income route.
Sure, it's a popular choice, and for good reason. Investing allows you to put your money to work for you, potentially generating returns without requiring your constant attention.
So rather than just having your money sit in a savings account barely keeping up with inflation, you're actively growing it. Now, within investing, there are a ton of options. Your research mentions dividend stocks, real estate, even peer-to-peer lending. Let's break those down one by one.
Sounds good. Let's start with dividend stocks. Essentially, you become a part owner of a company.
Okay, so I buy a share of, say, Apple or Coca-Cola.
Exactly. And as a shareholder, you're entitled to a portion of the company's profits, which they distribute in the form of dividends.
So every quarter I get a check just for being a part owner. That sounds pretty sweet.
It can be a nice way to generate a steady stream of passive income, but of course, like any investment, there are risks involved.
Right, the stock market can be volatile, companies can cut dividends, it's not a guaranteed return.
Exactly. It's important to do your research to understand the company, its financials, and its dividend history before investing.
So it's not just about picking a random company you like and hoping for the best. There's some due diligence involved.
Absolutely. Informed investing is key to mitigating risk and maximizing your chances of success.
Now, beyond stocks, your research also mentions real estate as a popular avenue for passive income.
Yeah, real estate has been a wealth building tool for centuries, and there are different ways to approach it. Owning rental properties is a classic example.
Okay, so I buy a property, rent it out, and collect monthly income from my tenants.
That's the basic idea, but it's not as passive as it might sound. Being a landlord comes with responsibilities.
Right. I'm already picturing myself dealing with leaky faucets and chasing down rent checks. Is there a way to tap into real estate without all the hands-on hassle?
You bet. REITs, or real estate investment trusts, offer a more passive way to invest in real estate. You're essentially buying shares of companies that own and operate properties.
So instead of owning a physical property myself, I'm investing in a company that manages a portfolio of properties.
Exactly. You get the benefits of real estate investment without the headaches of being a landlord.
So less fixer-upper, more set it and forget it. Sounds appealing. But I imagine there are risks with REITs too, right?
Of course, like any investment, REITs can fluctuate in value. And there are different types of REITs, each with its own risk profile.
Okay, so it's important to do your research and understand the specific REIT you're investing in. Don't just jump in blindly.
Exactly. Knowledge is power when it comes to investing.
Now, beyond stocks and real estate, your research also mentions peer-to-peer lending. What's the deal with that?
So peer-to-peer lending platforms like Lending Club connect borrowers with individuals willing to lend money. You essentially become the bank, earning interest on the loans you fund.
Interesting. So instead of my money just sitting in a savings account, I could potentially earn a higher return by lending it directly to others. But what about the risks? Are there safeguards in place?
That's a great question. It's crucial to understand that peer-to-peer lending isn't risk-free. Borrowers may default on their loans. But platforms like Lending Club have systems to mitigate those risks.
Okay, so there's potential for higher returns, but it's important to be aware of the risks and choose a reputable platform.
Got it. Now let's move beyond traditional investments. Your research also dives into digital products, something I think might be particularly interesting for you, given your passion for knowledge and learning.
Oh, definitely. Digital products have this amazing create once, sell forever potential,
Hmm?
which really aligns with the idea of passive income.
Create once, sell forever. Tell me more.
Well, imagine you pour your knowledge and expertise into creating an ebook, a comprehensive guide on a topic you're passionate about. You can publish it on platforms like Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing and earn royalties every time someone buys it. So you're essentially creating a knowledge asset that can generate income for years to come.
Exactly. And the beauty of it is, once you've created the product, the selling process can be largely automated.
So you're not constantly trading your time for money. The product works for you, generating income even while you sleep. Now, the research mentioned Amazon, but are there other platforms for publishing and selling ebooks?
Oh, tons. You've got Apple Books, Kobo, Barnes& and Noble Press. There are even platforms specifically for niche genres like romance or science fiction.
Wow, so there's really a platform for every type of content and audience. It's about finding the right fit for you and your work.
Exactly. And each platform has its pros and cons, its own fee structure, and marketing tools. It's worth doing your research and comparing options.
Okay, so we've got ebooks covered. What about online courses? Platforms like Udemy and Teachable have become incredibly popular in recent years.
Yeah, they've exploded, and for good reason. Online courses offer another fantastic way to package your knowledge and expertise into a product that can be sold repeatedly.
So it's similar to ebooks, but instead of written content, you're creating video lessons, interactive quizzes, maybe even downloadable resources.
Exactly. And you can reach a global audience, scaling your impact far beyond what you could achieve with traditional one-on-one teaching or coaching.
That's amazing. It's like building your own virtual classroom, but with the potential to reach thousands, even millions of students.
Mhm.
Now, with so many platforms out there, how do you choose the right one? What factors should you consider?
Well, it depends on your goals, your target audience, and the type of course you're creating. Some platforms, like Skillshare, focus on creative skills, while others, like Coursera, lean towards more academic subjects.
Okay, so it's about understanding the nuances of each platform and finding the one that aligns best with your content and your teaching style.
Right. It's also important to consider factors like pricing models, marketing support, and community features.
So it's about doing your homework, comparing options, and finding the platform that best suits your needs. Now, for our listener who loves the idea of creating something tangible, something they can hold in their hands, what about print on demand?
Print on demand is such a cool option. It's a great way to blend creativity and automation.
Okay, break it down for me. How does it work?
You design a product, say a t-shirt with a quirky slogan, a mug with a beautiful illustration, a tote bag with your unique artwork. Then you partner with a print-on-demand platform.
And they handle the actual printing and shipping of the products.
Exactly. They handle everything. You just upload your design, set your prices, and promote your products. When someone places an order, the platform prints the product and ships it directly to the customer.
Wow, so you're essentially running a business without having to deal with inventory or shipping logistics.
Yep, that's the beauty of it. You can focus on the creative side, on designing awesome products, and the platform takes care of the rest.
That sounds pretty appealing. But what about quality control? How do you ensure the final product meets your standards?
That's a valid concern. It's important to choose a reputable print-on-demand partner known for their quality. Order samples, test different products, read reviews. You want to be confident that the final product reflects your brand and meets your customers' expectations.
Right. It's all about finding that balance between creative freedom and reliable execution.
Exactly.
Now, let's shift gears and talk about content creation. I know you're a big believer in the power of sharing knowledge, so this has got to be right up your alley.
Oh, absolutely. Content creation is a fantastic way to build an audience, establish your expertise, and generate passive income.
And it aligns so well with your passion for learning and diving deep into topics.
For sure. And one of the key concepts here is evergreen content, which is information that remains relevant and valuable over time.
Okay, give me an example. What would be an example of evergreen content?
Think about a YouTube video on, say, how to budget. That's a topic with lasting relevance. It could continue to attract viewers and generate ad revenue for years to come.
So it's not about chasing the latest trends or fads. It's about providing valuable information that solves a persistent problem or fulfills a constant need.
Exactly.
Now, beyond YouTube, your research also mentions blogging.
Blogging is another powerful content creation tool, and while it has evolved over the years, it's far from dead. It can be incredibly effective for building an audience, establishing authority, and generating passive income.
Okay, so spill the beans. How can blogs be monetized? What are the main strategies?
Well, advertising is a classic method. You can display ads on your site and earn revenue based on impressions or clicks.
So the more traffic you get, the more potential ad revenue you can generate. Makes sense.
Right. Another popular strategy is affiliate marketing.
Affiliate marketing. Remind me how that works.
Sure. You promote products or services you believe in, and you earn a commission on sales made through your unique referral links.
So if I had a blog about, say, healthy cooking, I could partner with kitchenware brands or organic food companies and earn a commission for every sale I drive their way.
Exactly.
What are some other monetization strategies for blogs?
You can also explore sponsored posts, where companies pay you to create content featuring their products or services. And if you build a loyal audience, you can even sell your own digital products like ebooks or online courses directly through your blog.
So a blog can be a platform for not just sharing your knowledge, but also showcasing your own products and services.
That's pretty cool.
Now, we can't talk about content creation without mentioning podcasting, right? I mean, here we are.
Exactly. Podcasting has become such a powerful medium for connecting with audiences who share your interests, and it can be monetized through sponsorships or listener donations.
So you build a loyal following, find sponsors who align with your content, and boom, you've got another stream of passive income. Now, speaking of promoting other people's products, your research also touched on affiliate marketing as a standalone strategy, not just something you do in conjunction with a blog or a podcast. Could you elaborate on that a bit?
Sure. With affiliate marketing, you're essentially recommending products or services you believe in and earning a commission for every sale made through your unique referral link.
Okay, so let's say I have a friend who's looking for a new laptop, and I know of a great deal on a specific model. If I share my affiliate link with them and they make a purchase through that link, I earn a commission.
Exactly. And the beauty of affiliate marketing is that you can promote products across various platforms, from social media to email to even your own website.
So it's a versatile strategy that can be integrated into your existing online presence. Now, for the creative folks out there, your research also mentioned licensing and royalties. Could you shed some light on that?
Absolutely. If you're a musician, artist, photographer, or writer, you can license your work for use in commercials, films, websites, all sorts of things.
So you create something awesome. Someone else wants to use it, and they pay you for the privilege.
Right. You essentially grant them permission to use your work in exchange for payment.
And you continue to earn royalties as long as they're using your work.
Mm.
That sounds pretty sweet, especially for creative types who are constantly generating new content.
It can be a great way to monetize your creative output and potentially earn passive income from your existing body of work.
Now, for the inventors out there, your research also briefly mentioned patents. How does that fit into the passive income puzzle?
So patents protect your intellectual property.
Yeah.
If you have a brilliant idea, you can patent it to prevent others from using it without your permission. And then you can license that patent to companies.
So instead of trying to manufacture and market my invention myself, I can essentially rent out my idea to other companies, earning royalties based on their sales or usage.
Exactly.
That's pretty clever. It's a way to leverage your ingenuity and potentially generate passive income without having to build a business from scratch. Now, beyond these individual creative pursuits, your research also explored the world of automated businesses. What's the deal with those? What makes them unique in the world of passive income?
Automated businesses are all about creating systems that generate income with minimal ongoing effort. They often leverage technology and outsourcing to streamline operations and create a more hands-off approach. One example that caught my eye was drop shipping.
Drop shipping. That's a term I've heard thrown around a lot lately. Could you break that down for us?
Yeah.
How does drop shipping work?
It's like running an online store without actually handling inventory or shipping. You partner with a supplier who takes care of all the logistics, and you focus on marketing and customer service.
So I find a product I want to sell, list it on my online store, A customer places an order, and then my supplier ships the product directly to the customer. I never actually touched the product myself.
Exactly. You're essentially the middleman connecting customers with products, but you don't have to deal with the hassle of storing, packing, or shipping the products yourself.
Okay, I see the appeal. But what are the potential pitfalls? What should someone be aware of before jumping into the dropshipping world?
Well, for one, you're reliant on your supplier for product quality and timely shipping, so choosing a reliable partner is crucial. And competition can be fierce, so finding a niche and building a strong brand is essential.
Got it. So while the allure of automation is tempting, it's important to approach dropshipping strategically, just like any other business.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, for a more classic example of an automated business, your research also mentions vending machines.
Yeah, the classic vending machine. Still a viable option for passive income.
But it's not just a matter of stocking it up and letting the money roll in, right?
Yeah.
There's still work involved.
Right. You need to find high traffic locations, secure permits, stock the machines, collect the cash, and handle occasional repairs. But done right, they can generate a pretty consistent stream of passive income.
I'm starting to see a pattern here. Even with the most passive of income streams, there's still a level of effort involved, whether it's upfront research, strategic planning, or ongoing management.
You got it. Passive income doesn't mean no work. It means working smarter, not harder. It's about building systems that generate income with less of your direct time and effort.
Okay, that's a great way to frame it. Now, beyond these broad categories of passive income strategies, your research also delved into some real-life success stories.
Yeah, those were really inspiring. It's one thing to talk about concepts and strategies, but it's another to see how real people have put these ideas into action and achieved incredible results.
Exactly. And those stories can provide so much motivation and insight. They show what's possible and give us a roadmap to follow. One name that popped up was Pat Flynn. Could you tell us a bit about his journey?
Pat Flynn's a great example of someone who built a multi-million-dollar business through a combination of passive income streams. He started with a simple ebook on how to pass the LEE exam for architects.
Oh, wow. So something very nation-specific.
Right. But that single product generated over $100,000 in its first year.
Wow. So he proved that you don't need a mass market product to succeed. You can focus on a specific audience and still achieve significant results.
Exactly.
What other income streams did he incorporate into his business?
He expanded into blogging, podcasting, online courses, and affiliate marketing, all while being super transparent about his journey and building a loyal community around his brand.
So he diversified his income streams, didn't put all his eggs in one basket.
Right. And he leveraged the power of content marketing to build an audience and establish himself as an authority in his field.
Now, another name that came up in your research was Graham Stephan. What can we learn from his story?
Graham Stephan is a real estate investor and YouTuber who demonstrates the power of combining traditional and digital income streams. He started by building a successful real estate portfolio, focusing on rental properties.
Okay, so he went the more traditional route of buying and renting out properties.
Right. But what sets him apart is that he took his knowledge and experience online, creating a popular YouTube channel where he shares his insights on real estate investing, personal finance, and entrepreneurship.
So he leveraged his expertise to reach a wider audience, building a digital platform that generates additional income streams.
Exactly. And he's become a trusted source of information and inspiration for aspiring real estate investors and entrepreneurs.
And it shows the power of content marketing, even in a seemingly traditional field like real estate. Now, another success story that resonated with me was that of Amanda Cook. Could you tell us about her?
Amanda Cook is a great example of someone who found success with print on demand. She started by designing and selling quirky t-shirts and mugs through platforms like Redbubble and Printful.
So she tapped into her creative side, leveraged the power of print on demand, and built a business without having to manage inventory or shipping.
Exactly.
What was her key to success? What set her apart from other print-on-demand entrepreneurs?
She focused on a niche, designing products that appealed to a specific audience. She built a strong brand, created high-quality designs, and marketed her products effectively through social media and online communities.
So she found her tribe, created products that resonated with their interests, and built a community around her brand. It's amazing how these seemingly simple strategies can lead to such impressive results.
It's really inspiring, and it shows that you don't need a huge team or a ton of resources to build a successful passive income business.
Right. It's about finding your niche, providing value, and connecting with your audience in a meaningful way.
Exactly.
Now, these success stories are fantastic for inspiration, but I think it's also important to get practical. What are some actionable tips for getting started with passive income? What advice did the Passive Income Playbook offer to aspiring passive income earners?
The first tip was to start small. Don't try to do everything at once. It's about picking one strategy, diving deep, and getting really good at it before moving on.
Okay, so don't try to juggle a dozen different income streams at once. Focus on mastering one before expanding.
Exactly. It's like trying to learn 5 languages at the same time. You're better off focusing on one, building a solid foundation, and then expanding your repertoire.
Makes sense. What other advice did the Passive Income Playbook offer?
Consistency. It's not enough to just dabble in a bunch of different strategies. You need to choose one, commit to it, and track your results diligently. Passive income doesn't happen overnight. It takes time and dedication to build sustainable income streams.
So it's about showing up consistently, putting in the work, and nurturing those income streams over time. That's like building any good habit. It's about creating a routine and sticking with it even when the results aren't immediate. What else did the source recommend?
The playbook also emphasized the importance of leveraging your existing skills and interests.
Ah, that's so crucial. Choosing strategies that align with your strengths makes the journey much more enjoyable and sustainable. What's the point of building a passive income stream if you dread the work involved?
Exactly. Passive income should free you up to pursue your passions, not chain you to a job you hate.
Right. It's about designing a lifestyle you love, not just generating more money. Now, as your passive income streams start to grow, the playbook also suggests exploring automation and outsourcing. Could you elaborate on that a bit?
Sure. As your income grows, you'll likely find yourself with more tasks and responsibilities. Automation involves using tools and technology to streamline repetitive tasks, freeing up your time for higher-level activities. Outsourcing involves hiring others to handle tasks that are outside your area of expertise or that you simply don't enjoy doing.
Okay, so it's about leveraging technology and other people's skills to create a more efficient and enjoyable business. It's about working smarter, not harder. And that brings us to the final tip from the Passive Income Playbook, which is to track your progress. Why is that so important?
Tracking your progress helps you identify what's working, what's not, and where you can make adjustments to optimize your income streams. It also helps you stay motivated by seeing the fruits of your labor and celebrating your wins along the way. It's like having a financial roadmap, guiding you towards your destination and helping you navigate the inevitable detours along the way.
So it's about creating a feedback loop, analyzing your results, and making data-driven decisions to improve your strategies. Now, we've covered a lot of ground here, from investment strategies to digital products to content creation to automated businesses. We've explored real-life success stories and gleaned practical tips for getting started. But I'm curious, what stood out to you the most from all this information? What really sparked your interest?
That's a great question. There's just so much to unpack. But I think what really struck me was how each of those success stories really started with what they knew, what they were good at. Like Amanda Cook's designs, they totally reflected her personality.
It's like their passions were really fueling their business, not the other way around, right?
Right.
They weren't chasing some abstract idea of passive income. They were solving problems, expressing themselves, sharing their expertise, and it just naturally led to income.
Exactly. And that's what I think is key for our listeners out there, right? They're already on this path of deep diving into knowledge, learning, exploring. So the question becomes, how do they turn that into something that generates value for others and therefore income for themselves?
It's almost like shifting the mindset from what can I sell to what do I already know or do that others would find valuable.
Precisely. And I think that's where the passive income playbook really shines, right? It's not just a list of ideas, but it's a framework for aligning your strengths with the right income streams. Remember that tip about starting small? It kind of resonated with me because it takes the pressure off. You don't have to launch a full-blown business right away.
You can dip your toes in, experiment, and see what feels right. And I bet that experimentation phase can be incredibly valuable in itself.
Absolutely. It's about learning by doing, figuring out what works for you, what you enjoy, what resonates with your audience, right? You might start with an ebook and discover you actually love creating video courses. Or you might try drop shipping and realize you'd rather design your own products and sell those.
It's a journey of self-discovery, but with the added bonus of potentially building financial freedom along the way.
Mm.
As we're talking about this, I'm realizing there's a potential trap here. With so many options, it's easy to get overwhelmed and to jump from one shiny object to the next without really mastering anything. How do we avoid that?
That's where those tips about consistency and tracking your progress come in. It's not enough to just kind of dabble in a bunch of different strategies. You need to
Mm.
choose one, commit to it, and really track your results diligently.
So it's not just about passion, but it's also about discipline, about showing up consistently and putting in the work, even when it's not glamorous or exciting.
Exactly. And tracking your progress helps you stay focused, motivated. It shows you what's working, what needs tweaking, and where you might need to pivot. It's like having a financial compass guiding you towards your destination.
Okay, so we've got passion, discipline, data-driven decision-making. Those seem like the key ingredients for passive income success. But let's be realistic. Not every strategy is going to be a home run, right? There will be setbacks, challenges, maybe even some failures along the way. How do we deal with that? How do we stay motivated when things get tough?
That's where having the right mindset is just so crucial. You have to kind of embrace the journey, the ups and downs, the wins and the losses. Remember, every successful entrepreneur has faced challenges and setbacks, right? It's about learning from those experiences, adapting your approach, and just persevering through those tough times.
So resilience, grit, that ability to bounce back from adversity, those are essential qualities for any entrepreneur, especially in the world of passive income, where results often take time to materialize.
Absolutely. And remember, you're not alone in this journey. There are countless resources, communities, mentors out there that can provide support, guidance, inspiration. Don't be afraid to reach out, ask questions, and learn from others who have been down this path before you.
Building a network, surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals, learning from their experiences. Now, speaking of resources and inspiration, I'm curious, what are some of your favorite resources for learning about passive income? Like what books, podcasts, or websites would you recommend?
Oh, that's a tough one. There are so many great resources out there, but if I had to pick a few, The 4 Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss is a classic, right? It really challenged my thinking about work and lifestyle design.
That's a great one. It's all about creating systems and automating processes to free up your time and create a more flexible lifestyle. Any other favorites?
Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki is another one that had a huge impact on my financial mindset. It's about challenging those traditional notions of money and wealth and exploring alternative paths to financial freedom.
I love that book. It really makes you question those ingrained beliefs about money and opens your mind to new possibilities. Now, beyond books, what about podcasts? Are there any shows you regularly tune into for passive income inspiration?
I'm a big fan of Smart Passive Income, with Pat Flynn, of course. He interviews successful entrepreneurs and shares really practical tips on building and growing online businesses.
He's definitely a wealth of knowledge and inspiration. Any other podcasts you'd recommend?
The Side Hustle Show with Nick Loper is another great one. He focuses on side hustles and alternative income streams. He shares actionable advice and inspiring stories from everyday entrepreneurs.
I love that he highlights the side hustle aspect. It's a great reminder that you don't have to quit your day job to start building passive income, right? You can
Mhm.
start small, on the side, and gradually scale up as your income grows.
Exactly. And that brings us back to one of the core themes we've been exploring throughout this deep dive, the idea of taking action, even if it's just one small step at a time.
It's about moving from theory to practice, from dreaming to doing. It's about taking that first step, however small it may seem, and building momentum from there.
And I think that's where a lot of people get stuck, right? They get caught up in the planning, the research, the analysis paralysis, and they never actually take that first leap.
They're so afraid of making a mistake or failing that they never even get started. But as we've seen from the success stories we've discussed, failure is often a necessary part of the journey. It's about learning from your mistakes, adapting your approach, and getting back up stronger than before.
And I think that's such a powerful message for our listener, who's clearly someone who values knowledge and careful planning. It's important to do your research, be strategic, but at some point, you have to take that leap of faith and start putting that knowledge into action.
So it's about finding that balance between planning and action, between strategy and execution. It's about being smart and informed, but also being bold and taking risks.
Precisely. And I think that's where the real magic happens, when you combine knowledge with action, when you step outside of your comfort zone and start creating, building, and experimenting.
It's like that famous quote, "The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step."
Mhm.
You don't have to see the whole path laid out before you. You just have to take that first step and trust that the path will unfold as you go.
And that's what makes this journey so exciting, right? It's not about following a predetermined route. It's about forging your own path, exploring new territories, and discovering what's possible.
It's about embracing the unknown, the adventure, the thrill of creating something new and building a life on your own terms.
Beautifully said. I think that's what we want to leave our listener with, right? A sense of empowerment and possibility, a belief that they can create their own financial oasis, their own version of freedom and fulfillment.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one question you'd like to leave our listener pondering? What's that nugget of inspiration that will send them off on their own exploration of passive income?
I think. I think the most important question is, of all the income streams we've explored, which one feels most aligned with your skills and interests right now? And what's one small step you could take this week to get started?
I love that. It's not about finding the perfect strategy.
No.
It's about finding the one that lights you up, the one that feels most authentic to who you are and what you enjoy doing.
Exactly. It's about tapping into those strengths, your passions, your unique zone of genius.
And then taking action. Not getting bogged down in analysis paralysis, but
Yeah.
actually taking that first step, however small it may seem.
Remember, even the most successful passive income empires, they started with a single seed, a single idea, a single action.
So what will your seed be? What's that one thing you can do this week to plant the seeds of your own financial freedom?
Maybe it's just brainstorming a list of your skills and interests.
Yeah, that's a great starting point.
Maybe it's researching different platforms for selling digital products.
Or maybe it's creating your first YouTube video or blog post.
Whatever it is, make it small, make it achievable, and most importantly, make it fun.
Because when you enjoy the process, when you're aligned with your purpose, the results will naturally follow.
For sure.
So go out there, explore, experiment, and start building your own path towards financial freedom.
You have the power to create the life you desire, the freedom you crave, the impact you want to make.
And passive income can be a powerful tool to help you achieve those goals.
It's not about getting rich quick. It's about building sustainable wealth, freedom, and a life that truly reflects your values.
And that's what this deep dive has been all about, empowering you with the knowledge, the inspiration, and the motivation to take action.
So go forth, create your own success story.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep building those income streams.
Happy investing, and may your passive income journey be filled with joy, abundance, and fulfillment.